So before we wrap this up, we are going to react to an A to Z. Is it A to Z or A through Z technically?
Technically, it's A through Z. Technically, because
Gotcha.
as much as it's funny, because as much as it rolled into Alder and Zonder, the conversation that we were having as a band, and obviously it's the toughest thing to name a band.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine like sitting around smoking a bunch of weed and saying, "Dude, it's called the band Journey"?
And I. Yeah.
No, I'm a firm believer. You sell 1 million copies, you can call yourself dog crap.
Right.
Awesome name, dude. Awesome name.
Right.
And I'm glad, Mark, that you brought up Journey because it was on my question here. Because you never hear this gentleman's name mentioned, and apparently your biggest influence was one of my favorite drummers too, Ansley Dunbar.
Ensley, absolutely. The Journey story is 15 or 16 or 14 or whatever it is in the Bay Area. Journey's, not Steve, it's before Steve Perry.
Right.
They're a total, Herbie Herbert, nightmare, Winterland,
Yeah.
right there in the Bay Area. So we saw them all the time. We would see them at the old Waldorf, which held 250 people. And I don't know how the hell we got in. I think it might have been an all ages show. Not that many people there. So I'm about 10 feet from Ensley Dunbar. He's a big guy. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He's not small. He's playing traditional grip. First guy I ever saw turn the china upside down. I'm sure other guys were doing it, but the first time I ever saw that live.
Yeah.
And he was the first guy that I ever saw that had a drum kit that he had moons and stars and stuff painted on. And also the big thing with him was his left foot in the hi-hat. He tore the living daylights out of that drum kit and that set. And Neil Sean was just, people don't understand.